even though President Trump is not on the ballot this year, by a show of fingers, who thinks that in some way he or his job performance will affect who you vote for in these other races? Show of fingers. Who thinks on some level President Trump's job performance or him in some way will affect how you vote? For three of you, Anthony, Steve, and Ron. So among the three of you, Anthony, Steve, and Ron, will any of you deliberately vote for Republicans in support of President Trump this year? In other words, the way he'll affect you is that you want to help him out and help out Republicans, so you'll vote for more Republicans this year. That's a no for all three of you. Okay.
Agreed.
All right. By a show of finger, among the three of you, will any of you vote against the Republicans in protest of President Trump this year? Anthony, you will. Okay. So, Steve, tell me how President Trump's going to affect who you vote for this year.
He's not gonna really. Well, the only effect that I see is that he had good plans and stuff, probably had good intentions, but he just couldn't execute some stuff properly. So that makes me think if he can get in the office and not really execute the stuff that he said he's gonna do, then what's the next person in the office gonna do? Maybe he was influential to the
Wait,
next person in office.
okay, hold on. We're not talking about the president. We have midterms coming up in November. So the
So,
election's
well,
in 3 months. Trump is not on the ballot. But you got Senate race.
that's what I'm saying. He could be like his election that he was running for could influence the person that's on the ballot to do the same thing. It could be a whole chain of, well, I can just say a bunch of things and then not really execute it. So it's gonna make me think like if he can get away with it, somebody else can get away with it too. So I'm all about listening to both sides, and whoever is for the people, that's who I'm gonna vote for. So it's not about if I'm going to vote for a Republican in support of Trump, or am I going to vote for Democratic to punish Trump? It's about who has the better, who's for the people and who's not. That's who I'm gonna vote for.
Got it. But how is Trump part of that thought process? What does he have to do with that at all?
Because he can, like I said, when he was running, he could be influencing the next runner up. He could influence them. So first of all, Trump got in office. He was already popular before being in office. Then he got in office and said he was going to do some stuff. He did do some stuff, but some of the stuff he just said it, but didn't. He executed it poorly.
Okay, but what does that have to do with candidate X running against candidate Y in the Senate race in your state?
That
How does
his
that?
run could have been his the bad qualities and traits can be influential to the people that are running. Like if they probably can think like if Trump can get away with it, I can too.
Okay, got it. You're very kind to let me push you on this. I
All right,
appreciate it.
all right.
Thank you, thank you. Actually, I'm in the interest of time. I got to move a little bit ahead. I'm sorry, Anthony. Ron, tell me quickly how Trump's going to influence your thought process.
Minimally,
Okay.
not much at all in regards to I think Collins, who's up and coming running. Oh, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry,
Okay.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no, no,
Okay,
no, no.
minimally, not much.
Okay, so he's not really affecting your vote.
No, not at all.
Okay, so there'll be a zero. Okay, so there's only two of you who'd be affected, Anthony and Steve. Okay, got it. Cindy's gonna, for all seven of you, Cindy's gonna put a photo on the screen right now. Please do not say anything. By a show of fingers, and again without saying anything, who could identify this gentleman by name? I got three, Anthony, Drew, and Ron. All right. Anthony, who is it? You're muted.
Mike Collins.
Okay. All right. So all of you guys know, just so you know, this is Republican nominee for U.S. Senate from Georgia, Mike Collins. What can you guys tell me about him? Anthony, go ahead.
He's a carbon copy of Donald Trump. He promotes that he's a carbon copy of Donald Trump. So that's my protest, that I don't want a carbon copy of Donald Trump.
Okay, got it. Anything else about him? Anybody else? Ron, Drew, you recognized him. Can you tell me anything else about him?
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Drew.
Sure. Sort of what Anthony was saying. I don't know much about him. The only thing I've ever seen on the news about him is that he supports Trump. I can't tell you anything that he supports on his own or some policies he wanted to say about his own. The only thing I ever hear on the news is he's got Trump's got his back and he's a Trump supporter.
Got it. Okay. Ron, same for you?
Yep.
Different.
He's leveraging almost the same values and policy initiatives as Trump. So that's what most people know about him. Yep.
Okay. For the other four of you, does his name sound familiar at all?
Yeah, definitely.
Mike Collins? It does.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the seven of you, I'd like to know whether you think Collins is a typical Republican or whether he is different in some ways. By a show of fingers, who would say he's different from a typical Republican? So none of you would say he's different from a typical Republican. Okay. Steve's going to take that photo down and he's going to put another one up. Please do not say anything. By a show of fingers, who can identify this person by name? Show of fingers. Who can identify this gentleman by name? Four of you can. Patty, who is it?
John Ossoff.
Okay, got it. The other three of you guys are going to say Ossoff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all of you know, this is Senator John Ossoff, one of Georgia's 2 U.S. senators. Can anybody else tell me anything about him?
I know that his wife is a OBGYN. So that's really not about him.
Okay. Anybody else? Alice, does he sound familiar to you?
He used to be an investigative reporter.
Okay. What else do you guys know about him?
I know he's a heck of a fundraiser.
All right. Anything else?
I seen something about him, somehow trying to lower healthcare or something like that, but I don't hear too much bad things about him.
Okay. Anything else you guys know about him?
Yeah, he holds a lot of traditional Democratic values on the left side. So.
Okay. Just curious, have any of you heard anything about him in regards to Trump in the last week?
Between John Ossoff and Donald Trump?
Yeah. No? None of you heard anything?
He
Ron, what have
poked
you
the
heard?
bear, didn't he?
I'm sorry, say what, Anthony?
I think he poked the bear. I'm not sure what he did to poke the bear, but
Okay.
I think he poked the bear.
Got it. Ron, how about you?
Making comments like about Trump being a crooked president, and I think he was being asked about the draft and the drafting issues that Trump was pushing, and he kind of avoided a lot of that in the recent current news.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Show of fingers. I'd like to know whether you think Ossoff is a typical Democrat or whether you think he's different in some ways. By a show of fingers, who would say that he's different from a typical Democrat? None of you think Ossoff is different from a typical Democrat. Okay. So when we recruited you for this focus group, it was because you were undecided in this race. You guys give me a sense as to why you're undecided. Alice, I see you nodding. Why are you undecided in this race?
I didn't really know much about the policies between Ossoff and Collins. It was something that I was going to research on before it came time to vote.
Okay. Anybody undecided for a different reason? Ron, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't hear a lot of talk about local issues that's affecting the counties that I live in, and more particularly in Fulton County. A lot of Fulton County already is on the side of Ossoff, but he's not espousing a lot of issues local to the county of Fulton.
Okay, got it. Any other reasons why you're undecided?
Yeah, I just don't know Collins near enough. I don't know much about him. I'd love to see a debate between the two of them. I don't know enough about him.
Mhm.
Okay. And Anthony?
The same is true. I need more information on Mike Collins.
Okay. Got it. All right. So Cindy's going to put on screen a third photo. Please don't say anything. By a show of fingers, who could identify this person by name? Show of fingers. Who could identify this gentleman by name? I got 2, Drew and Anthony. Oh, and Alice also. 3. Alice, who is it?
Rick Jackson.
Okay. The other 2 of you are going to say Rick Jackson also? All right. So you all know this is the Republican nominee for governor of Georgia, Rick Jackson. What can you guys tell me about him?
He was raised in the foster care system and became a self-made billionaire.
Okay. What else do you know about him? Anybody else know anything about him?
I know he started a few health systems on his own, yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
He was endorsed by Trump.
Okay. How many of you would say, just show of fingers, his name sounds familiar if you didn't recognize his photo? Okay. So by 6 of you recognize his photo or his name. Great. Okay. So I'd like to know whether you think Jackson is a typical Republican or whether he's different in some ways. By a show of fingers, who would say he's different from a typical Republican? 2 of you do, Patty and Anthony. How is he different, Patty?
Although I didn't know that about the foster care system, I think that makes him different, that he wasn't raised in like traditional Republican value homes, and sounds like he.
Wait, hold on a second. Before this focus group, what would you have said is different about him?
Nothing.
Nothing. We got it. Disregard what you learned in the focus group. Okay. Anthony.
That he pulled himself up by the bootstraps in the foster care system, and that he visited Sweet Auburn community recently.
Okay. Got it. Thanks. Cindy's going to put on the screen a 4th photo. Please don't say anything on this one. By a show of fingers, who can identify this woman by name? Four. Drew, your finger was up there too? Okay, 4 of you. Patty, who is it?
Keisha Lance Bottoms.
The other 3 of you going to say that? Okay. Now that you mentioned the name, does the name sound familiar to you? Jessica, is her name familiar at all? It is. Okay. Steve, definitely. Alice, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So You know, this is Keisha Lance Bottoms, Democratic nominee for governor of Georgia. Anybody tell me about something about her?
She was the mayor for a long time.
Mayor of what?
Atlanta, like probably Fulton County.
Okay. What else do you know about her besides being mayor of Atlanta?
She was the district attorney.
Okay. What else?
Oh, she was on the Atlanta City Council.
Okay. Anything else you know about her?
She was the target of ethics violations years ago.
Okay. What else?
You like spending taxpayer dollars.
Okay. Anything else? No? So I'd like to know whether you think Bottoms is a typical Democrat or whether she's different in some ways. By a show of fingers, who'd say that she's different from a typical Democrat? None of you. I'd also like to know whether you plan to vote for Rick Jackson, Keisha Lance Bottoms, or are undecided in the Georgia governor's race. By a show of fingers, who says you're going to vote for Jackson? Alice, Patty, and Drew. Who's going to vote for Bottoms? None of you. Who's undecided? 4 of you. Okay. So next, I want to know how much certain issues will affect how you plan to vote in the midterm elections. By a show of fingers, who would say that the Iran war is a big consideration in how you plan to vote in these midterm elections? Steve, one of you. How so?
Because if we don't get that under control, it could affect our everybody's life in America. Because we don't know how far they're willing to go, or if they could possibly infiltrate something, or if you keep poking the bear, they might pull one of those things like in Troy, where they sent over the ship as the Trojan horse as a gift, take over the territory. We don't know what they're capable of. We only know what the news reports to us. So I think if you don't get that under control, we don't know where our future is going. So we need to handle that, or we just playing Russian roulette with the future of America.
Got it. Thank you. Next issue. By a show of fingers, who would say the Israel-Gaza situation is a big consideration in how you plan to vote in these midterm elections? None of you. Okay. By a show of fingers, who would say the building of data centers is a big consideration in how you plan to vote? 4 of you. Okay. Ron, you raised this earlier. Tell me how it's a big consideration how you plan to vote.
Yes. So being undecided, I would have to see which candidate favorably wants to work in the favor of the people in regards to minimizing the infrastructure of data centers and also finding ways to prevent further harm to the environment. And lastly, causing electric prices to spike and the reliability of power to go down. So whoever favors that is who I'm going to vote for.
Got it. Who's got a different way that the data centers are going to affect your vote? Anybody have something different?
You mean data centers as far as like AI?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
So Anthony, Drew, Patty, are you thinking right in line with Ron's, or is it different?
No, I definitely hear where Ron is coming from, but I do think that data centers like bring jobs, and so I don't know fully enough I don't know enough about them, but I think of them as more positive than negative.
So how are they going to be a big consideration in how you vote?
So I think that what I do know that the power is a big deal, that wherever these data centers are, that they are making neighbors' power bills high. But I just want to know what their stand is about. Maybe it would bring more money to that area, more jobs, which to me is a positive thing. So if they are highlighting that, I think that's good, and it would help grow and stimulate the economy of the surrounding areas.
Got it. Drew, are you more with Ron or more with Patty on how it's going to affect your vote?
I probably lean towards Ron a little bit.
Okay.
Because I mean, out of all the subjects you brought up, out of all the other ones, this is the reason that it concerns me, is because we're talking about something that could happen in the state of Georgia. So I think I get more concerned with the AI buildings and where they're located, if they're located around the general population, because that sort of scares me, having those data centers that close. And again, is all of our prices for electricity and stuff like that, is that going to affect us? And I'm going to be looking for less of those.
Got it. Tell me very quickly, why does it scare you to have data centers near people?
If you're, again, this is just my point of view. If you're putting that much electricity and that much technology around, it just scares me having that much around. I just feel like I've read it before in the past, or heard it somewhere, that if you have that much around, like schools or something like that, or the places where we grow our crops and stuff like that, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt the nature around it, and I don't like doing any of that.
Okay, got it. Anthony, you closer to Ron or Patty on your concern about data centers?
I'm probably closer to Ron. The environment, the electric bills going up, and also the smoke and mirrors that it'll bring jobs temporarily, but those data centers will be run by a select few people. Some cases, they may be automated.
Got it. Okay, thank you. By a show of fingers, who would say the state of the economy is a big consideration in how you plan to vote in the midterm elections? The state of the economy is a big consideration in how you plan to vote. 6 of you. Jessica, it's not a big consideration for you?
I mean, it is, but I'm really uneducated on Georgia politics right now. I'm new to Georgia. I'm fairly new still. So I need to do a lot of research before the election. And so I'm not even sure where my priorities lie as far as the Georgia policies.
Got it. Thank you. Very quickly, how will the state of the economy be a factor, a major factor, or big consideration in how you vote in November? Anthony?
The economy in the state of Georgia is better than most states. So I'm looking for a candidate that's going to improve or at least keep our economy status quo.
Okay. Anybody else have a different, Alice, how is this a factor in how you're going to vote?
I'm leaning more towards voting for somebody that is going to do more for the economy, to bring the cost of living down, to bring gas prices down, make it cheaper to go to the grocery store and do all those kind of things.
Okay, got it. Any other way the economy is a factor for you, different from what Anthony and Alice said? I'll take that as a no. Okay. By a show of fingers, who would say immigration is a big consideration in how you plan to vote in the midterm elections? 3, Alice, Ron, and Patty. Patty, how so?
I think
Oh,
that
Steve, also.
I want to regulate, immigration, and I don't want illegal people coming in here, but I don't want it done like how it's being done now. I think that that's just super inhumane. So I would love to see a new direction with that.
Okay. And Alice, how is it a factor for you?
I'm really for keeping the borders closed and not letting illegal immigrants in the country, and for not giving them handouts so that they will come over and vote more towards a Democrat side than a Republican side so that they can continue getting those free benefits from the Democrats.
Okay. So a couple of very quick questions on this. For the 6 of you who said you're going to vote about the economy is going to be a factor. Who's going to vote more for Democrats because the economy is a factor for you? Anybody? Who's going to vote more for Republicans? I got Alice and Drew. So 2 of you. So none of you would say you're going to vote for Democrats in order to help fix the economy. No. Okay. Got it. So do you think that voting for Democrats would keep President Trump in check and prioritize the economy? Or do you think voting for Democrats would make the economic conditions worse?
I would say it's not like, I don't think it's that cut and dry. It's really, yeah. That's such a hard question to answer, but I don't think that putting a Democrat in office is going to fix the economy, nor do I think putting a Republican in office is going to fix the economy.
Okay.
I think a live debate between the two so we can hear their point versus we obviously know what the Democrats stand for. We obviously know what the Republicans stand for. But I think if we would hear a live debate between the two and they could say what they're gonna do, what they're not gonna do, and actually do something instead of just talking, and actually put forth a plan they actually going to execute so we can hear it, I think that's a better way for us to make a decision for the public opinion. But just we could you could ask that same question every year, Republican or Democrat. It's not even. I don't think it's about. I think it comes down to that. It comes to who cares about the people and who don't. That's what
Got it.
it naturally comes down to. So it's not even about what side of the fence I'm on. I'm on this. I'm on this. I think we all can say that we all on the side of the fence of a better future for just Americans, period, where everybody can be happy. Not necessarily just we have to pick a side right now. We need to know, yes, you're a Democrat, yes, you're a Republican, but why should we vote for you? That's what we need to know as humans, as Americans. We need to know why instead of just the same regurgitated this side and that side every year, every election. It's the same
Got it.
thing.
Got it. Thank you. Can I borrow you just for another 1 minute?
Yeah.
Thank you. By a show of fingers, who would say there's some other issue other than the ones I already asked you about that's a big consideration in how you plan to vote? Patty, what's the issue?
Maybe just like the LGBTQ community. Like I feel like it's super prevalent now. I have young kids and I don't want that to be a constant influence on them.
Okay, so someone who's pro LGBTQ, you'd likely to vote against that person.
Not necessarily, but I definitely don't I don't agree with those values.
Okay, got it. How many of you would be less likely to vote for somebody who endorses LGBTQ values and positions? Who'd be less likely to vote for that person? Anybody besides Patty, Steve, Alice? Okay, and Drew. Okay. Last couple of very quick things. Show of fingers. Who intends to vote by mail in the midterms? Anybody? So you all intend to vote in person. Okay. And finally, by a show of fingers, who's concerned that in Georgia, your vote will not be counted properly? Who's concerned about that? That your vote will not be counted properly?
I think by mail it won't be counted properly for some reason because they had a big
But
argument about
your
that.
vote, your
But
personal
my
vote.
vote, oh no.
Okay. None of you think your vote will not be counted properly. All right.